Oh, right, ladies and gents. I've stopped on the busiest road known to man. What about the M25? I do really like those Cupras. That's very nice. So, what I thought I'd talk about today is this. This is my SW Motech Pro City tank bag. I bought this from SW Motech themselves. I used to have a smaller Givi tank bag, or Givi tank bag, which I'll put in a picture somewhere on screen. What the hell is that? Jesus. Now, the reason I went for this tank bag, because essentially with my Givi one, I found that although neither of them are waterproof, I had a cover for the Givi one, but it leaked. It's still like water obviously got underneath it. I'm going to move because there are so many people here. Let's get on the road, shall we? I'll talk you through the reason I went for this bag in the first place, and a bit of the price and everything, and then I can stop and show you through some of the features. Sounded quite good. This is the Pro City tank bag. They do a few different versions. SW Motech do a load of different tank bags. The reason I went for this one is because this one along with a Pro GS tank bag, and I think there's one other one as well. They've been designed for bikes with like quite a sloped tank. Because my Super Adventure has quite a sloped tank on it, it sort of made sense to go for something like this. I didn't like the idea that it's sort of like the ones with a flat base seem to just stick out really weirdly. I don't know why. I didn't need the massive one. I know the Pro GS is huge, isn't it? It's like a 18 litre or 20 litre or something like that. So essentially I didn't need anything that big. I just wanted something a little bit bigger than the one I had, which was the Givi one. That was sort of okay. It was enough for like your phone, your wallet and a power bank and stuff like that. It just didn't have like enough space for me on those bigger journeys. When I was looking at tank bags for this bike, Givi hadn't released their tank ring, whereas SW Motech had. And I have to say, I really like the quality of SW Motech. SW Motech. They also offered something that I couldn't find in the Givi range, which I liked, being something that was sculpted to the tank, looked quite nice, and that was also expandable. I know this is still quite a large tank bag, but the thing that I really like about it is it's an 11 litre tank bag, so plenty of room, but there's a zip inside, which means you can pop this top up and you get a slightly larger 14 litres. So you get an extra 3 litres worth of space. Oh, I might have to off-road it. Oh yeah. Let's stop here and I can give you a bit of a walkthrough on it. Hopefully this road's going to be a little bit quieter than the last one. Let me get my gloves off. I think it looks really sleek. It's got like the twin tone grey and black. It's not tattooed with logos. You've just got the SW Motech one here, City badge there, and the SW Motech around the front, which I think it just looks quite nice without getting run over. There is a car coming, but you can see what I mean with the way it's sculpted. So to take it off, you've got this strap here. You just pull the bottom one, you can hear that click. Yep. Do that and literally just lift it off. This is the tank ring. This is magnetic as well, and it's sturdy, which I really like. It doesn't interfere with anything, doesn't get in the way of this or anything, which is really, really nice. On the bottom of the tank bag, you have this plate here, where you've got 4 little screws along here, and then you have got essentially ratchets, or like little points where you can just move this backwards and forwards, so you can have it closer to your steering or your handlebars, or you can have it further away depending on your bike. Obviously it would be ideal if this sculpting here went with exactly with that, which it does if it's further forward, but for me I've got the bar risers again from SW Motech. I've got the bar risers and I don't like, it doesn't get in my way, so I'd rather have the freedom of my handlebar rather than having it matching the tank exactly. When you pull this, essentially all you're doing is just doing that release mechanism there, and then to put it on, it's literally just that. That's a magnetic attachment as well, and it just sort of clicks in so nicely. It's so easy to use. I've got a load of stuff in here. Let me get that out before I show you the internals. A large case full of GoPro stuff. Earplugs. Got my bike keys. got my wallet, bike lock keys, a wire for something, some polishing cloths. I've got this, which is like a charging thing. I've got another charging lead. Is that everything? Oh no, and I've got, what are these? That is a set of cutlery for camping. And a carabiner clip. Carrot beaner. So in here, you've got quite a large let's use something that most people have. Oh, well no. This is a Samsung S21 phone. I mean, that gives you some kind of, so that is like a 6 or 7 inch display. So that shows you how kind of wide it is. You've got loads of room, and you're probably, what, a phone and a half worth of opening at the top. A lovely technical channel, can you tell? So you've got this chunk here, which is probably one of the only annoying parts of this, but this chunk here is where the mechanism goes in underneath, so it sort of sits lower. It's kind of recessed around the edges, which is slightly irritating, but that's probably the only negative. You have pockets on the side like that, and then the thing I quite like is there's a deep down here in the other side. There's quite a deep section down there, so you can fit, like, I mean, that goes down very deep, like half my arm in there. Half my arm. You've obviously got this section on the top as well for just miscellaneous stuff, and you get the 2 side compartments. The other thing I really like is they've just got these everywhere. These are literally just little elasticated things that go around the zips. The only thing they don't have them for is this top one, the top zips. So you've got 2 zips that come around like that. They don't have one for these, but all the other zips on the tank bag just have these. It's just nice. It just stops them flapping around in the wind. I think this is water resistant, not waterproof. So they do give you a rain cover that has a see-through top, which is pretty useful if you've got your phone in here. There's a load of things you can get. You can get like a Velcro phone thing that can go through this, so you can have your phone on top. Even these little things are covered with little SW Motech logo, and they're rubber coated. Then while I'm in here, you also get a few small pockets at the front like that, and you'll notice this red lead here. This is the other side of the safety strap, so this kind of works as like a safety latch, if that makes sense. So you've just got a quick release thing, and obviously it's extendable and retractable, so that I put around the handlebar, so if anything were to go wrong, it isn't going anywhere. And then there's a small, this is the reason it's not waterproof, there's a small opening here which you push it through and it comes out here, and then I just clip that in there. The one thing that is worth being careful of in here is obviously there's a magnet on the opposite side of this for the tank ring. Now, if I put my keys on there, it's not magnetising, there's nothing there. But if you're going to put any sort of technological devices, phones, cameras or anything like that near that, just be careful. I'd maybe put something between the 2 of them. So loads of space, built really well, looks really nice. And then let me show you the expansion. So as it is there, obviously ignore the fact that it's open, as it is there, that is 11 litres, I believe. I'll put it on screen if that's wrong. And then you'll see here, there's another little zip that has its own little thing. And then you pull that all the way around. Let me do this top one up first so you don't get confused. Right, and then we grab that other one, that goes all the way around here. There you go. And that, I mean, it doesn't really support itself that much, but I mean, you've gone from that to that. It's got so much more room in there. Let me open the top and I'll show you what I mean. Like I said, it's not like solid, so it's just material, but look at that. You've got so much more room in there. So if, for example, you're going on a long trip, you want to put a big DSLR in there, batteries and all sorts of stuff, just open that up, and then when you want to put it back, literally just zip it back up, pop that thing back in there, and you're back to normal size. And the other thing that I really like is all of the tank rings are usable across all of the Pro range. So if you want just a small little tank bag, just for daily use, if you don't have one of these big beasts, you can use exactly the same tank ring, which is lovely. Let's put all of this stuff back in. The amount of stuff that I've just put in here, wallet, custom fit guards, discount in the description if you want some of those. This plugs into the cigarette port on the bike, or cigarette lighter 12 volt port, which is under there. And then I run that up into this and have this don't put a W on the screen there, Sam. This is an Anchor sort of multi USB thing, so I just leave that in there, so when I'm on tour I can charge batteries, I can charge my phone, I can charge anything I want that's a USB. So look, that all goes in there like that. Everything I've got besides this is in that tank bag, and if you stand here it looks empty. There's so much room still left in there. That goes in there just because it's an awkward shape. Even with that in there, I've got loads of room around here, loads of room around here. I can still extend it up if I want to. Gloves fit in there fine. It's just so good. I love it. I think it's so good. This is me sitting on the bike, and I mean, I'm not a huge fella in height or girth. I'm not tall at all, but I've got loads of room. Doesn't get touched by the handlebars either side at full lock, which is nice. And even if it did, you just adjust it back and forth. Try not to lose my GoPro. It's not in my way at all, which I really like. And then even if I stand up, let me go around the corner, so I'm actually clear of the tank bay. I mean, you're just going to be looking at my crutch. It's just far enough away that it's not touching me, so if I do want to stand up I can do that. And then sitting down I can still see everything. You're on a chin mount as well, so you're lower than my eyes are. I can see all of my screen, I can see my sat nav, I can see all my buttons. The only thing I cannot access on this bike is that charging port that's underneath for the phone, but that doesn't matter. I just put my phone in here and charge it in here instead with that lead. So general sort of overview, I just think it's brilliant. Right, I'm going to pull over before this camera goes flying. Get rid of you. You can open the zips easily with gloves on. Bang that in there, don't even need to look at it. Job done. And then the only thing I get OCD about is making sure that's lined up. Simple. So, thank you very much for watching as always. I'll leave a link to this in the description. It's not affiliated. SW Motech won't sponsor me until I'm famous. 10,000 subscribers or something like that, like most companies. Steve from A Bike Thing also sells these, and I think he does them at a better price than most places. Let him know I sent you if you do call him or whatnot. Tell him I still love my Denali's. If you've got any questions about it, stick it in the usual place, and I will see you in next week's video, which I don't know what's going to be. If you've stuck around this long, I'll tell you a little secret. It's not a secret at all. I'm being sent out to work in LA in a few weeks' time. I'm out there for 5 weeks and I don't have any content filmed while I'm out there, so there may be a small gap in production. So if there is, I apologise. If not, I'm hoping to get on a bike while I'm out there at some point, film some content for you in the States. Work is not going to be a fun one. If I can escape enough time, I will come out and see a few of you as well. If you've got any recommends on bike rentals in the States, specifically in LA, let me know. I've seen Twisted Road so far, and I will see you in next week's video, as long as there is one next week. Bye.